I realised something recently. If you search the Bible for passages where God says about Jesus, "This is my son with whom I am well pleased," or in another translation, "This is my dearly loved son who brings me great joy," most of the passages that come up are from the Transfiguration, which happens after Jesus' ministry is well underway. He'd been teaching to large crowds, giving the Sermon on the Mount. He told multiple parables, performed miracles, healed people, several people, fed thousands of people by stretching some loaves and fish. But even though he'd been rejected in his hometown, not everyone agreed with him, he'd built up a pretty good following. And he'd been going about the will of the Father, so you could understand why God would say that he was pleased with him. But one passage that comes up actually stems from before Jesus' ministries actually started. This is when Jesus goes from Galilee to the River Jordan to be baptized by John the Baptist. In Matthew 3, verse 16, it says, "As soon as Jesus was baptized, he went up out of the water. At that moment, heaven was opened, and he saw the Spirit of God descending on him like a dove. And a voice from heaven said, 'This is my Son, whom I love. With him I am well pleased.'" What struck me in a fresh way was that God didn't say this because Jesus had been going around doing amazing things already. He said it before he'd even started his ministry. He hadn't been out preaching or healing the sick, performing amazing miracles. We don't know a huge amount about his life up to that point, but the Bible does go on to recount the start of Jesus' ministry, when he starts to preach and calls his first disciples. And all of that happened after God had said that he loved him, he delighted in him, and that he was pleased with him, that he brought him joy. The word delight features several times in the Psalms. It says in Psalm 18, "He led me to a place of safety. He rescued me because he delights in me." Psalm 147, "The Lord delights in those who fear him, those who put their hope in his unfailing love." And another example in Psalm 149, "For the Lord delights in his people. He crowns the humble with victory." God loves Jesus and he loves us. We are God's precious children. He created us in his own image and he delights in us. And we don't need to earn his love. If we put our hope in him, he's promised that he will be our help and our shield. If we humble ourselves before him, he's promised that he will lift us up in honour. But love, his love for us, comes with no conditions. There's nothing that we can do to make him love us more or to make him love us less. His love is unfailing and it's not dependent upon what we do. As we love God in return, we follow Jesus step by step, and we start to become more like him. He never leaves us. He never leaves our side as we act on the opportunities that come our way, that he prompts us with, when we help others, when we take steps of faith, and begin to know the peace and fulfillment that comes from living in his will. But those actions won't have earned God's love or increased his love for us. We see Jesus in the light of all the amazing things that he did, the healings, the preaching, the fact that he came alongside people and showed compassion to those that society had rejected. But before he did any of that, God said, "This is my dearly loved Son with whom I am well pleased." That love and joy were unconditional then, and they are unconditional for us too. I hope this has been an encouragement to you. And if you feel like you're striving to earn his love or just to be good enough, maybe take a step back today and enjoy the fact that God delights in you and loves you unconditionally. Have a great day.